What's up, guys? A little bit of an update. I haven't really been in the shop recently. Kind of putting this thing on hold because I don't want to dump any more money into it. With the new distributor rotor, ignition coil didn't fix it, so I'm just going to wait until I can properly diagnose that and hopefully get it running. Yeah, had a little mishap with the daily on my way to work the other day. It snowed and I decided to do a little drifting at 6 in the morning, as you do, and I was just a little bit slick out and I clipped the curb with the wheel. Oh yeah, did a real good number on that one. It's still holding air somehow. Thought that was pretty funny, but yeah, that wheel is no good anymore. I only had 2 of those, so I don't really mind. But yeah, as you can see, that's a little bit cocked. And I've got a bent lower control arm. You can see it's sticking out there. Originally I thought this was bent, but that's still straight. It's just bent inwards. And then also my axle decided to break as well. So yeah, I'm tearing into that now. Need to get that fixed ASAP. And you know, I was already had plans to go pick up these new coilovers for it, so I went ahead and did that anyways. I got some HSD Monopro fully adjustable dampening coilovers. So this thing is going to get some stance, get rid of that gap, and yeah, lower it. And I'm planning on, these wheels are pretty wide, so I'm going to be rolling the fenders, as well as cleaning up these wheels, because I drifted on them last year, and when I got them they had Plastidip all over them, which was really annoying to take off. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully clean them up a little bit, get rid of some of the curb rash, and then probably just paint them silver again. I was thinking maybe white or like bronze, but I kind of like the OEM silver look. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. While I have everything apart, I figured I might better weld up the spare 307 Diff that I have, so we can have another drift car. Obviously, we need more than one, of course, in case one breaks, as they do. I always got another one to drive. So I'm going to go ahead and get this diff drained out. Go ahead and weld it up. Oh, nice. Take that off like that. I'm going to go ahead and weld up. I've got some plate here, which I'm going to cut a couple pieces out to fit right in here. Just as extra security. I've welded them before, where you just weld the gears together, but just to be safe, you know, we're dealing with a lot of power here now, the 330. Yeah, might as well just do it right the first time. So here, get the saw out. So I got that set up, got my safety gear on, my PPE, so we're ready to cut that. Alright, so I've got the diff getting heated up with this torch here for a little while now. Go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to go ahead and get these plates that I made in, ground them, chamfered the edges, and they just go in there like that. So That's all heated up now. See, that fits real nice and snug in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that all welded in. Alright, that's coming along pretty good. Just one more side there. I'm going to go ahead, flip it over, and put the other plate in. So when I welded the first side on, I guess some slag or something got built up, so I wasn't able to turn it at all to get to the other side to weld it. So I just put together this little tool here. It gives me some leverage on that. So I can go ahead and just break that loose, grind all that metal in there together, and then I can get to the other side there pretty easily. And I just use the steel that I used as the plating, fold a couple nuts on there, and now I can get to the other side. Alright, so this side turned out really good. I got some really good penetration in the welds. So I got that welded all around that plate, and then I went up a little bit further in the corner of the gears there. But yeah, little 140 miller with the gas setup works pretty good for that. But yeah, that should be awesome. Now we can do some proper drifts and not crash unpredictably, and curb our wheel and all our suspension. So yeah, I'll get that all cleaned up now, get some fresh oil in there, and then once I pick up the parts next week, we'll be able to get that back together and do a sweet burnout, of course. So I've got these two wheels all prepped. I decided to go a little bit more into detail around the edges, kind of clean up that curb rash. But now that's all sanded, inside's a little bit as well, masked off the valve stem. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some primer. A quick way of masking off your tires before you paint them is actually use some playing cards. I got jumbo ones just because that's all they had at the store. What you want to do is go ahead and just stick them in between the rim and the tire like that. So I got all the cards put all the way around the wheels. As you can see, it's a lot easier just to do that. That took me like a minute to do both of them instead of spending that time meticulously putting tape around a circle, which isn't easy. But yeah, we've got our primer here. Spray some light coats on that. Alright, so I've got the wheels all primed up. They're sanded to 180, then primed, then I sanded them with a 320 grit. And then I got this Duplicolor silver wheel paint. I'm going to go ahead, put a base coat on there, and hopefully that's going to be the color that I'm looking for. And then I'm going to get some clear coat as well, just to protect them. Alright, so I just laid the first base coat, and I'm actually really impressed with how that looks. It's a pretty nice color. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's like a little bit darker, I think, than the original was, but I kind of like it. Alright guys, so I just got all the wheels finished, painted, clear coated and everything. You can see they turned out pretty good. I'm happy with them. I had a couple little imperfections, some dirt in the paint, but for the most part they look 100 times better than that did with all the plastic rubber chips and all that residue on them. But yeah, those will look real good on the E46 as I knock over the welded diff. But stay tuned for next video, guys. Hopefully I'll get the parts on Wednesday. I'm going to pick these up. We'll get the car slammed on the coilovers with the wheels and the welded diff. So subscribe if you want to see a sweet burnout. Hit that like button. I'll see you next time, guys.